Hey everybody, today we're talking Hulk by Jeph Loeb, the Complete Collection Volume 2. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm your host, Brent, and now for strike 2 of this two-part Hulk review. I guess part 2, but it could be a strike. I don't know what happened with the last one. It was just that book is so much fun. The review, I want to talk about this book, in fact, because this is the one I finished reading the most recent, and I think maybe my problem was I was just so focused on wanting to talk about this book and the mystery of who Red Hulk is and how unsatisfying it is that I was so disjointed. I wanted to talk about how much fun Volume 1 was, that it all fell apart. So apologies if you watched Volume 1, but thank you for sticking around and going to Volume 2. These are I love these covers that they did, that Ed McGuinness did. Like this was I believe the issue was, I don't know if it was a wraparound or whatever, but maybe it's 2 issues together. But you could pick like red or green, something like that. And the fact that they just made these the 2 trade paperbacks, I think is awesome. So I love these. But anyway, yeah, Volume 1, whole lot of fun. Who cares about the story? You're here for the Ed McGuinness slam action art. Volume 2 is where Jeph Loeb tries to build his mystery out. Volume 1 is more focused on Red Hulk, and Volume 2 is focused on Red Hulk, but you're more focused on the mystery of who is Red Hulk. There's the first 3 issues in here with Ian Churchill with his cartoony style. I really loved. It's Red Hulk going up against X-Force, that team at the time with Domino, Deadpool, Wolverine, Warpath, and Archangel. That's a whole lot of fun. Really, really enjoyed that. And then you get into all the weird stuff after that. You get Red She-Hulk shows up, and that's a new character at this point in time, and you later find out who that is, and that's also kind of like ho-hum. At least as like I'm not a long-time Hulk fan, so none of this really like jumped out at me as being, I don't know, relative or big wow things. Even the past couple of the past 2 years of the Hulk book was basically the Incredible Hercules, the World War Hulk event, and the Planet Hulk event, and that's where I feel like most Marvel readers jumped back on the Hulk with the Planet Hulk stuff. So for this Jeph Loeb run to be calling back to stuff even further past that, and maybe it's Peter David stuff, maybe it's Herb Trimpe stuff from way back in the day. I think a lot of modern readers at the time, back in 2008, 15 years ago, were just kind of like, I don't really understand where this is going, or what this is calling back to, because really, I want to read what happens to Hulk after the Planet Hulk, and this is kind of a big left turn from that, because we're not really addressing the fact of World War Hulk or Planet Hulk or anything like that. Those are kind of just left on the table. At the same time, the other problem with this book is, aside from not addressing those facts, is that this book is so focused on Red Hulk that they started up Incredible Hulk again, as this one hit like 12 issues after Incredible Hulk 600. So that relaunched the other Hulk title. So there's really 2 titles to this storyline, especially at the last 5 issues where you have the World War Hulks. Is it World War Hulks? Battle of the Hulks? Whatever the fuck. They don't really tell you what the thing is called. Fall of the Hulks? Yeah, there you go. Anyway, those titles interconnected with each other. There's a whole mini-series about the hulked out heroes that, oh gosh, what's his name? Spider-Man artist drew. There's designs from him in the back. What's nice about these complete collections is they do have a lot of extras, a lot of interviews. Humberto Ramos, there you go. But I remember buying those issues and swapping between Incredible Hulk and Hulk. At this time, it's a mouthful because you have an adjective in one, and this book isn't called Red Hulk, even though I think later it did become Red Hulk. Well, in what was it, 26, 25? Anyway, so yeah, Ed McGuinness returns in here. You've got Will Spartacio doing some art. John Romita Jr. So this is Captain America. This is Bucky at the time. Not really Steve Rogers. And then by the end, Steve Rogers does show up. So this is all taking place post-Civil War, in the Secret Invasion stuff, in the Dark Reign stuff, because Norman Osborn and the Dark Avengers show up a little bit in here, but all that stuff is kind of pushed to the side because this is Hulk's book, and this is what's going on with him. Just know that those big events, those Marvel events, are happening in the background. Although this doesn't touch on them, you don't have to read them to know what's going on. Just know, like, hey, why does Captain America have a different uniform at the funeral? That's a different Captain America. It's Bucky. And then when Steve Rogers shows back up, he's wearing his super soldier outfit because, hey, he's back after Captain America Reborn. But yeah, so this does have the last couple of issues in here are really like you're only getting... It doesn't read like you're only getting half of a story, but you are. Because the other half is contained in the Incredible Hulk book, which was written by Greg Pak, and that is the Hulk versus the Intelligentsia. You have more battles with the Hulked out heroes, but things move at such a fast clip once you get to those pages that it's more like, you know, they're written as one and dones, but you can tell there's stuff missing. Because in one issue of this book, Hulk is talking to Bruce Banner and they're teaming up, and in the next issue, he's in this helicarrier. Yes, I said helicarrier. And he knows he has to try and find Banner. Why? It's never explained. There's no recap page or anything like that. So, yeah, it's bizarre that they chose to collect it this way. Like, I get it. You want to choose Jeph Loeb and you want to call it Jeph Loeb, complete collection. Okay, awesome, sure. But this was half of a two-part, storyline in between two books. So it feels kind of weird to leave out the other part. Even if Jeph Loeb didn't write those issues per se, he certainly was probably part of the brain trust that came up with the overall story. So why not put those in there? It makes little sense. But in the end, I will say you could read this and get the idea of who is the Red Hulk. All that's explained in issue, I think it's 23. Yeah, you actually do find out who he is and how he became the Red Hulk. But again, it's calling back to so much past Hulk history that more recent readers of the Hulk might not really understand why. Hell, even if you've read Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk, I don't think that this is going to resonate with you either, because that's all brand new stuff. And it had some stuff that's calling back to his, like, Bruce's past. But Red Hulk here, even though I'm holding this as Green Hulk, this hella confusing, right? The identity of Red She-Hulk and Red Hulk is all that is at the very tail end of this book. And I don't want to ruin it, I guess, per se, if you might enjoy the mystery more than I do, or if you're a big Hulk fan and you've read all the Peter David stuff and you're just now going forward and getting into this, I don't want to ruin it for you. But I thought the mystery was so-so. And in fact, I can tell you for certain, most of the comics community and the internet at the time thought the mystery was, the revelation of who the Red Hulk was pretty dumb. We didn't like it. Especially because the character they chose, they set up, like, they killed him, you know? And it's like, well, LMDs, like, what the fuck? It's just bizarre. Like, it's an obvious fake out, but LMDs is like a SHIELD thing. You expect it with Nick Fury, and I guess it's around in the Marvel Universe, but just to have LMDs be the solution for everything that happens before they reveal who it is, and you're like, how does that work? If you know the answer ahead of time, like I did, rereading this book, like when I read it at the time when it was coming out monthly, I did not know anything, right? But rereading it, I think for the third time, I knew who the Red Hulk was, and I'm just still going like, how are they gonna fix this? How are they gonna fix this? And then, oh yeah, LMDs, and you're going like, man, like really, you couldn't think of anything better. So that's a little funny. That's a little funny. I will say again, the art is a standout of this book. That's kind of what saves it. The writing is so-so. I think the best couple of issues are the Ian Churchill Red She-Hulk X-Force issues at the very beginning of this. First 3 or 4 issues are really, really fun stuff. Just seeing Red Hulk go up against another team, in this cartoony style that Ian Churchill does is a whole lot of fun. More animated, however you want to call it. The Samson issue in here, drawn by Willis Portacio, pretty interesting, but again, I'm not such a huge Hulk fan that I know what all these callbacks are for, so maybe I missed out on that. And then after that, you start getting back with Ed McGuinness and doing the slam bang action stuff, and you're going up against the Intelligentsia, which is Leader and MODOK, who apparently have constructed this whole thing behind the scenes. Spoilers to no one, because it wasn't really set up at all. And again, this collects Hulk 13 through 24 and Fall of the Hulks Gamma #1, all of which were written by Jeph Loeb. There is a Fall of the Hulks Alpha written by Greg Pak. I think it does go into a little bit more of the intelligentsia stuff, but hell, I don't even know if you need to read it, honestly. This book is kind of fun, and if you really liked Volume 1, I guess I can recommend Volume 2. However, if you didn't read this, you'd be fine. Like fucking Wikipedia, I guess. Who is the Red Hulk? And read it that way. You just come back for the art, I guess I would say. So yeah, it's a little weird how it's collected. There's a lot of tie-ins with Fall of the Hulks that aren't collected here. The whole Hulked Out Heroes, there was like a 3-issue miniseries where you had Captain America hulked out, and Wolverine hulked out, and all these other characters, the Thing, the Fantastic Four. I'm trying to find a picture of them here. But in this book, they're only here for like 1 issue. So it kind of, like, because you only have half the event, this is, this blue guy is hulked out Thor. How they got there, what their reasoning is for, all that stuff is not really present in terms of the Hulk book. I believe all that lies in the Incredible Hulk book written by Greg Pak when we had started to get the Green Hulk back, or was Scar back at that time? That may have been the introduction of Scar. So yeah, lots of things going on in the Hulk world, and I think I've really felt like at publishing time when they were doing 1 through 12 here, they were like, all right, we're going to tell a story. And then this book blew up, basically because you had Jeph Loeb and Ed McGuinness back as a team. And when this book blew up, I think they started to say, like, all right, how can we expand the Hulk line and make more money off Hulk? And so they're like, bring back Green Hulk. So they brought back Greg Pak to do that book, and brought back Scar and all these other things. And then you kind of have the split of these 2 Hulk books, and one that really everybody really wanted to read and know what the mystery was. And then you had the Green Hulk book, which was probably better written, but nobody really cared about, because this was the one that relaunched Hulk after World War Hulk, the event. So yeah, it's just felt like more of a cash grab after the first year of this. And this was late. Like, honestly, I remember waiting for some issues, going like, where the heck is Hulk? And I don't know if it was Jeph Loeb or Ed McGuinness or other artists. You had Art Adams on here. Like, there's 24 issues in this run, and you read the ending in the Marvel Spotlight interview of Volume 2, and Jeph Loeb calls it like 3 years on a book. And you're like, 3 years? Okay, why was it 3 years? There's only 24 issues. So it wasn't double shipped or anything, it was just late. That doesn't matter to you now. It's just weird that they still call out 3 years and only have, like, in monthly comics time, 2 years worth of issues collected in these 2 volumes. So yeah, that's my thought on Jeph Loeb's Hulk Complete Collection Volume 2 and his run overall on the Hulk. Started off kind of interesting and a whole lot of fun, and I think it ended up as a cash grab with a pointless addition to the Hulk family. So there you have it. Let's stop talking about Hulk, because Hulk makes my brain think more like Hulk and less in complete sentences. And these 2 reviews have kind of been an absolute disaster. So I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know. Most of my other ones are much better. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of this run, and we'll see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.